These are the Topo Athletic Specter road running shoes. They're one of the faster road running shoes Topo has. I ran the Moer Marathon Kruibeke in them. Coming weekend I gonna run Enschede Marathon. So will I choose this shoe again? Let me start by telling what I like about this shoe, what I don't like about this shoe after running 352.5 kilometers in them, and then I'll answer the question. The most important thing for me about a shoe is always how it fits. Topo makes a shoe with a very roomy toe box for people with wide feet. That's me. I like it because it gives my foot, it gives my toes the room to act like a spring, the way my feet are designed to do. If you don't know Topo yet, you could compare this shoe to an Ultra, same roomy toe box. The only difference is this shoe has a heel to toe drop of 5 millimeters, where Ultra running shoes mostly are zero drop shoes. And where this toe box is nice and wide, the midfoot and the heel of the shoe, they fit snugly, so there's no slipping happening. These Topo Specters are, as I said, fast shoes. The midsole is pretty hard, very responsive. So if you're chasing a personal best, this shoe could be a very good option. For example, the Moer Marathon in Kruibeke, Antwerp was for me a tryout run for the marathon Enschede. And I took the first half easy, but I was only 4 minutes slower than my personal best, thanks to fast shoes. But that speed comes at the expense of cushioning. So the Topo is a very firm shoe. The Moer Marathon was 80% road, 20% off-road, and after more or less 30 kilometers my feet started to hurt because the shoe is hard. Which is no problem if you have enough time after a marathon to recover, but if you're like me and next month you have another race again, you might wanna opt for a shoe with a little bit more cushioning. So for me, this shoe feels more like a half marathon shoe than a full marathon shoe. I now run 352.5 kilometers in this shoe. I have to say the sole still looks pretty good. You see it a little bit, let's get both shoes, on the outside, especially on the right. I land them more heavy on the outside. That the grooves, is that an English word? Are slowly disappearing. But I have to say for 350.5 kilometers, they still look good. I think I can do easily another 100 on these shoes. Also, the cushioning hasn't changed. It already felt like a hard shoe on the first impression, and is still the same. It hasn't become softer or harder. So I think the durability of this shoe is really good. Okay, I normally don't say anything about colorways because everybody has its favorite, and you probably guessed mine is orange shoelaces. But you have to admit, this is like a special New York Marathon version. It looks really cool. I've seen the version for the London Marathon. Yeah, it's cool as well. So I don't know, I think it's nice when a brand does something extra around big events and makes these limited edition, especially for a race. I admit one of the reasons I bought these shoes is they just look really cool. So conclusion, I'm a fan of these shoes and at the same time I'm not. I like it that they're so fast. If I look back at my personal bests, even in training sessions, running 400-meter intervals, 800-meter intervals, 200-meter intervals, I run some of my fastest intervals on this shoe. So it's just a fast shoe, perfect to chase personal bests. But as a marathon shoe, it's a little bit too firm for me. If I run a marathon, the shoe I pick, I also want to do a couple of long runs in them to get used to the shoe, to know for sure I can run the full marathon on it. Because it's so firm, it takes me more time to recover. So again, perfect for a personal best, but maybe more a 5-kilometer shoe, 10-kilometer shoe, 15-kilometer, 10 English mile, half marathon shoe. I'm definitely gonna get another pair, but for those distances, not for the full marathon. So to answer the question, am I gonna run the Enschede Marathon on the Topo? No, I go for the Saucony Speed Endorphin 5. Also a fast shoe, nylon plated. The Topo has no plate, so that can make a difference for you. But this shoe is and fast and a little bit more forgiving for my feet when it comes down to cushioning. Okay, that concludes the review of the Topo Athletic Specter 2. Mouthful. Nice shoe. Gonna get another pair for my half marathon at the Ironman Versailles, I think. As always, keep on running.
Thank you! Let's go! Go, go, go! Come on!